Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Eye to Eye Kansas City. We got a lot of things to talk about and discuss about here on this edition of Eye to Eye Kansas City. So before we do that, we got a lot of things to address. Well, a few items to address, excuse me. This itchy makeup. This itchy HG makeup. But first of all, we need to address some issues about our show. Some of you don't know, some of you might know this, some of you might not. We're still going on, we're still taping until May the 6th, so expect more shows until then. We invite you to come on and join us for this conversation. Tell your friends about our show because we got something that is powerful, much more better than Fox News, in my opinion, because it's not biased views, it's actually views about how I see our city. So join us on that particular action and activity. And as well, those who have interviewed with me so far and would like additional copies, this is our protocol. This is what we're doing from here to May 31st. This is our special offer. You get one free DVD courtesy on the house. But any additional copies that you would like to have, they are going to be $6 each. Because we run through DVDs so quickly. And they cost so much now just to order a big bulk of those blank DVDs. So what I'm asking for you to do, if you want to request a DVD, just log on to galvinbkc.weebly.com. Now, we're not making this offer to our viewers, and we're not even selling those to our viewers as of yet. Those who would like DVD copies, you do have to pay your $6. We do take care of the shipping and handling because it will be via postal mail. So I'm just letting you know that's what we're doing. We're going to take care of via postal mail. If you happen to lose it, just call us, or not call us, but email me back. We'll take care of it and send you out some more. But you only get up so many because we want to make sure, and we want to make sure that you got your product and that it works. And if it doesn't work, we'll take out each one that isn't working, and we'll swap it out for one that is working. We try to test vigorously on DVDs so that way they can perform when you pop them in your DVD player, and you can play the quality sound and video from us here at Galvin B. Limited and Clarion Broadcasting. So again, to reiterate with you, there's a special deal going on from now to May 31st. And this goes for our the people that have interviewed with me personally here at Eye to Eye Kansas City. It's not going to our viewers as of yet. We haven't figured out if we're going to distribute to our viewers yet, or if you can continue to see this on YouTube.com. We're going to probably let it remain on YouTube.com once we end the show. We haven't came up with that option yet. Well, we're working on that, so give us some time. I will make the announcement right here on the air. But this goes for our interviewers only. Just to reiterate with you, those people that I've interviewed with this far would like to obtain a DVD. They are $6 each. Your first one is free. It's free on the house. But any additional ones that you would like to have for your media collection, you will have to pay $6 extra. So, say you want to get 2 DVDs, they will be totaling up $12. No sales tax or anything like that. Just simply $12. Because those things are so expensive to buy in bulk. And when we buy those in bulk, we try to make sure we have plenty enough quantity to ship out or hand out as much as we can. So, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to be funny, and I'm not trying to be funny, but things do get expensive around here. We're trying to make sure that we can keep up with quantity and orders as they do come in. And this only goes to our people that we've interviewed on this show so far. You know who you are. If you would like an additional copy, if you would like a copy, say I want more information on DVDs. Just log on to galvinbkc.weebly.com and just click on contact us and just write I want. Uh, it's going to request your name, and then it's going to request that you want to, and it should have something about your email address. Put your email address down. If it doesn't have an area already, put your email address in that comment box, and it will be only seen by myself. No one else will get a hold of it but me, because it's going to be sent directly to my email account, and I'm going to access that, or either through our server from Weebly.com, and I'll take a look at it and we'll go from there. Of course, I want to be diligent in that process. So that's that. We took care of that. So let's take a look at what's ahead on our show today here on Eye to Eye Kansas City. A community forum. We'll talk about a community forum that took place on February the 2nd about people, some of your elected officials that have came to make photo ops, and some that sat through and really wanted to hear your concerns, hear your issues, and help you address some solutions on how we go about our issues that are going on in our community. That's the system. We'll talk about the solving the systematic causes of crime coming up here on Kansas City in brief detail on that. And as well, the Kansas City, Missouri School District could be taken over by the state much quickly. That is because of new legislation that was drafted up by the Missouri Senate. We'll talk a little bit about that and have more on that coming up. And still to come, there's might be a 1% tax for Missouri highways. We'll talk a little bit about that. I don't have too much information, so we'll let you know on upcoming editions if we have any more to add on that. We'll have a little bit more, and of course, your top stories from our partners from the Associated Press. So stay tuned for that here on Eye to Eye Kansas City. So let's take a look with our news and commentary segment of the show. And we're going to talk a little bit about the No More Excuses Forum that District 22nd Missouri State Representative Brandon Ellington hosted. You saw your mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, Sly James. You saw the district of Dr. Green from the Kansas City, Missouri School District, the superintendent. You've seen your city council women and men. You've seen your state representatives in so many of your districts. You've seen, you've heard, and now I have my commentary on that in just a few. But I wanted to address the turnout. It was a lot of people that came, and I wish we could have stayed much longer to hear more concerns and hear more about people's needs are not being met and things of that nature. And some things that were hit up on is crime, education, youth activities, and things of that nature. These are things that need to be addressed. And people had came out and voiced their concern. And I'm so proud of our city. Now, unfortunately, everybody didn't attend that should have attended, but didn't. And that's a shame on you, shame on you. That's too bad. But maybe there might be another one for you. I don't know. But from what I've heard, there was a budget meeting that was scheduled on that same Saturday. So many of your councilmen and women didn't stick around long. Some of them didn't stick around long, and some of them did. To hear your concerns, to hear your cry for help, for economic development, your hunger for that, your hunger for better education for your children, and for your children's children. We've heard a lot of things that have took place. Dr. Green said no more excuses for, in our education department in the Kansas City, Missouri School District. Mayor Sly James talked a little bit, made his appearance be well known, of course, through the media and through people. But I think people are just getting tired of talk, and they're ready for action. Now, what are some things that are being done in the community that you're a part of?
I'm the executive director of PAC 20, People's Action Committee. What we do, we supply people with help and opportunity through programs, youth programs, and we just trying to clean it up.
Now, what are some programs that are taking place within the community that you are a part of, that you are trying to improve with the community?
Well, we're cleaning up the streets. We've been doing that for the last 2 years, cleaning up our area and other places in the community. We have a program through PAC 20, a satellite program called Team Redeem. That's where ex-felons and other folks that spend time in the streets, ex-drug dealers, ex-murderers, you name it. But we're going into the city, into the schools, and we're working through the kids.
Now, how do you feel about this forum with the community? Uh, is it a negative type of thing, or is it a positive type of thing?
Well, State Representative Ellington is like my little brother. I support anything he doing. This is a plus right here, a well-needed forum. It's a time and opportunity to people to talk about solutions and also vent, to get things off their chest.
All right, thank you so much. Their hunger for action, and now it's time for us as people to make sure that the people that we elected into office, they do what they needed to do for us as the people, not just to retain our votes, but to make us happy and to make us satisfied customers, or in this case, citizens in this in the message that we're in. Now, this particular forum, as I said, addressed the systematic causes of crime and other areas of addressing that. And I'm not blaming Brandon Ellington by not 1 inch. This man is solid. He's a solid guy. He's not a guy that is straying away just to get votes or to do what his constituencies are saying. He's not waiting. He's taking the action now. He's not waiting later till something bad happens. He's waiting now. He's taking the action now, and it's time for us to work for him now. Not when he doesn't get reelected or whenever. It's time for now. We got to start supporting people that say, okay, he met with me and has told you guys what he wanted to address. We've put that together for you guys, so that way you understand that this man he means business, and he does. He's a busy guy. I'm gonna tell you, Representative Ellington is a busy guy. But he's busy because he wants to serve his community. He wants to make sure that his community in which he serves is better. He's seen the issues, and he's also personally has dealt with some of these issues. Now, this isn't an endorsement, just to let you know, or anything like that, because this show is a big supporter of Brandon Ellington and his family. We're big supporters of what he's doing in the community. Let me say this: he's a big supporter. We're a big supporter of what he's doing in the community, and we're going to continue to do that as long as we're on the air here. So he got our full pledged support in what we need to do here, and we've let that be known from day one since we've seen him. So, but your own mayor, to me, he talks a good game, but doesn't put anything to good use. And that's just my personal opinion. When it came to the schools, taking over control of the schools, he wanted to have control. Well, that isn't quite a good idea. We need to take care of city business before we jump into school business. And we all know that. And now that, ooh, my voice is getting dry. Um, we gotta hope, we gotta, when things like this come up, we got to start voicing our opinions, not waiting till something happens, not waiting till things go wrong in our communities. We gotta start, we just gotta start addressing concerns all the time when things come up like that. And I'm not saying, because I understand we all are busy, and some of us like to pretend we're busy. And you know who I'm talking about. Some of us would like to pretend that we're busy and that we're productive when we know we sitting at home ain't doing a doggone thing about nothing. But that's your problem, not mine. And I mean that in the best respect for some of you. But just to kind of review with you, there's a good turnout. People stated their issues, and there was a bit of complaining on some people's part. But why complain when this was a forum to start addressing issues? And what we need to do in terms, and I'm going to speak to the lady that may be watching this show or may not be watching, but if you know the lady that talked about the schools and things of that nature, and teachers that tell our kids that they're never going to amount to nothing, part of that starts at home. You got to tell your kids, there are going to be some people that tell you you can't be strong, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. And that starts on the parents' part. Now, I understand where she's coming from because I've met teachers. And I've heard teachers say, well, you're going to work at McDonald's. All you're going to amount to being is nothing but a fast food employee. And there ain't nothing wrong about being a fast food employee for a certain amount of time, see. But there's something wrong with teachers that don't inspire kids to learn more. They don't inspire kids to go out there and bust open some doors out there. There's something wrong with that. I do agree. And on that portion, there are some good teachers, and I'm not talking about those good teachers that are solid leaders in the classroom. I'm talking about those that sit there for the paycheck and that sit there not to get fired or anything. These are, and this is not the only, we're not the only city or state in this matter that has this issue. And, I want to address that because I really wanted to go on stage and address it, but I didn't want to go. That isn't my forum, and it isn't my thing, and I didn't want to interrupt or be rude about that. So, unfortunately, I couldn't do that, and I wasn't trying to do all that for embarrass Brandon like that. There's some things that can be done at the state level. There's some things that can be done in the city level to encourage learning, to encourage better classroom, better teachers, better classroom instruction. And let's stop watering down this curriculum. I've talked about that so many times on the program. We've watered down this curriculum so badly to where, and I will agree with her on that as well, our kids need to know that there's going to be challenges in life, and you can do any and everything that you set your mind to if you only just believe. So if I know that, and my grandmother and my mother and everyone in my family has let me know that, and I'm doing it. I'm not just talking the talk, I'm walking the walk. And I'm speaking from experience. I have had some teachers that have told me I wasn't going to be nothing. I was going to be short to be a fast food worker. Ain't nothing wrong about being a fast food worker, but there's more opportunities for each child. You don't know each child's struggle. All you just seeing is what they're performing in the classroom. and so you're not trying to help them obtain a better education. So, of course, they're going to do the bare minimum just to get by, to slip through. We know some people in high school that slip through just to get by, and we know who they are. We ain't no need of ain't no shame in our game. But I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and because I need some water in my throat. And of course, we need to touch on a bit of headlines from our partners from the Associated Press, and we'll be right back here on Eye to Eye, Kansas City. So stay tuned for more.
This is AP News Minute. 3,000 cruise ship passengers who spent 5 days adrift in the Gulf of Mexico with poor sanitation and no running water are back on dry land. The Carnival Triumph was crippled by an engine fire. It was towed into Mobile, Alabama last night. Prosecutors in South Africa say they'll pursue a charge of premeditated murder against Olympic star and double amputee Oscar Pistorius. He was arrested after his girlfriend, model Reva Steenkamp, was shot dead in his home. 500 people are reported injured after a meteor streaked to Earth in Russia's Ural Mountains. It's estimated the meteor weighed 10 tons. President Obama travels to Chicago today. He'll talk about how to build what he calls ladders of opportunity into the middle class. John Belmont, Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
Arby's is best known for freshly sliced meat. But what about their fish? Captain Skip, is this really where Arby's gets their fish?
Well, sure it is. We catch them wild and fillet them when they're freshest.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we do.
Arby's Real Big Filet, a meaty cut of Alaskan whitefish, caught wild and lightly breaded to crispy perfection. Arby's, sliced fresh, great taste.
I want to kind of talk. We're still in our news and commentary today. I want to talk a little bit about the Kansas City, Missouri School District. There's something new that could bring state control swiftly than later. The Missouri Senate drafted up a new a bill that could allow DESE, or the Missouri Department of Education, Elementary and Secondary Education, to take over the Kansas City, Missouri School District if they need it. This is what we've heard from Krause, Representative Krause, and others as well. I'm going to say this, and I've said this kind of so much, it's like another tune, singing the same old tune. I don't know about state takeover. Is it going to be even better than the current system that we got going? But something has got to work. Something's going to have to give here with this school district. Either they're going to get in this, either they're going to get behind the scenes and say, look, we need to strengthen up the curriculum in the classroom. We can't be teaching this watered down stuff. We got to have a lot of books in these classrooms so that way every single kid can look at a book and can do the homework instructions and can do this out of these books. It shouldn't be share a book. I've been in schools to where you had to share a book and copy down your homework on paper because teachers had a printing limitation. I've been in schools to where they didn't have enough books and they didn't teach out of books because there wasn't enough books. Or I've been in schools to where they have outdated books and they were using it to educate students on learning material in math and other subjects as well. But going back to the issue of quick state takeover, this could, like I said, just to reiterate with you, that state takeover could be swift if the Missouri House puts together a law. Signs this thing into law, and I think it could go into effect into 2 years. We'll let you know some more specifics as we get them here on Eye to Eye Kansas City. So stay tuned for that. And you hear some good Earth, Wind, and Fire over there, ain't you? All right. Those are just some of the issues that we're talking about here on Eye to Eye Kansas City. And we got one more issue to talk about, and that is the there might be a 1% highway tax here in Missouri to help fund the repairs and aging infrastructure for Missouri highways, to include I-70. Now, let's talk about I-70 for just a little bit. There's a recent move to fix I-70, to maybe expand lanes and things of that nature, and that is coming from MoDOT. So, the thing is, if it's not a system that is broken, they've already did something in the areas near the sports complex where they took away a lane, an exit lane, and made that area only for sports complex people that are coming out to see the sporting events and things of that nature. So, I don't know about all this. Maybe let's do a phase at a time. We want to add a lane, let's add a lane. But the major issue that I'm bringing back to this 1% sales tax, I'm not sure if this is a great idea. But from what I've heard, this could be a people's vote, which means this could be going to the ballot. We don't know as of yet of when it might be on the ballot. But as soon as we know, we'll let you know. Of course, that's the great rule of thumb for us. So stay tuned. We'll let you know on those particular issues. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and say this to you all before we wrap up our show for today. It's been a pleasure talking to you all that have interviewed with me. I've gotten to know some of your background. I've gotten to know who you are, what you're all about, and I'm very impressed. Especially Rochelle Ellington, Brandon Ellington, Pat Clark, I can't even remember all who I've interviewed. Spark, Bookcart, it's a whole count of people that we've interviewed. My cousins, Terrence, and all that. All these people that I've interviewed, I thank you for making this show such a success and promoting your events here on this program, because we enjoy your presence. We enjoy connecting with you, as our slogan is, connecting with you. We enjoy connecting with you and talking to you. just talking and understanding where you're coming from and understanding what you're promoting or understanding what you're going to do or what you have done. And it's been such a pleasure. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been such a pleasure for you guys to join me and for me to join you in your homes, offices, or even on that big screen TV that you just bought. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough of jokes and news and commentary. And I thank you guys for watching our program today. Don't forget to visit galvinbkc.weebly.com. Until the next edition of Eye to Eye Kansas City, don't forget to have that eye to eye conversation with me. I didn't think I was going to bring that back for our final season. Some of you have stayed with us. I didn't think I was going to bring that slogan. Cheesy one.